So I'm reading this book right now, 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Teen, and it's really good. One of the chapters, Think Win-Win, has some really good points, and I'd like to share those with you. In today's society, we have a win-lose mentality where you have to win, but the other person can't. Or you can benefit, but the other person has to lose from it. But instead of that, wouldn't we rather want to all be equal, to all win, to both feel good? But instead, right now, we have it where somebody has to benefit, but the other person can't. And we would like to switch that motive to you can win, and so can I. But in order to do that, we need to identify the different types of win scenarios there are. So there's win-win, win-lose, lose-win, and lose-lose. So all of these scenarios play out in different ways. But first, I'll cover win-lose. So win-lose is basically you benefiting and somebody else not. They lose. And this can happen when you're always insisting on getting your way, when you can't go any other way. So you have to win. Nobody else can. And the problem with this is that negative feelings are involved, and people don't like not getting their way either. So what if you came to an agreement? What if you both agreed on something? Then you'd both win. But with win-lose, only one person benefits. The next thing is lose-win, where the other person benefits, but you lose. So basically, they get their way, but you don't. And this can be a problem where people are walking all over you, where you never get your way because you're always listening to what other people say. And this can happen when you're trying to fit in. If somebody asks you to do drugs and you don't want to do drugs, but you want to be popular, then you do what they say. And this is a problem in today's society because people want to be popular. They want to do whatever it is they want to do whatever they can to fit in. And the problem with this is that it's a lose-win scenario where they're losing in order to fit in. They're losing in order for the other person to win. And instead, we want to focus on win-win, which I'll cover next. But there are some good scenarios with lose-win. In case it's a small thing, like my mom wants me to start something, but I don't, then they benefit and I don't. But if it's a small thing that doesn't really matter and you don't really care, like an argument that, like, I don't want to watch this show, but my family member does, then let them win, because it's not a big deal. Unless you can come to an agreement, then lose-win can be good in some scenarios, but you need to know when they are. So if it's something that doesn't matter to you, then let it go. Let them win. But if it is something, then you need to figure out how to come to an agreement where it's win-win. The next is win-win, where you both benefit, where both of you get what you want. And in order to do this, you need to focus on how can you come to an agreement. And coming to an agreement might be hard, but focus on what you like, what you want, and what they want. And then figure out how you can create both those things and put them together, how you can both come to an agreement. Now, what happens if you can't? You could do this thing called no deal. Basically, if you don't feel comfortable agreeing with what they have, and if they don't agree with what you have brought to the table, then you can just say no deal, where neither of you get your way and you just split ways. Let's say me and my friend want to hang out tonight, but we can't agree on something, then let's just not hang out. Now, sometimes no deal doesn't work, but usually you want to figure out something that you can do if no deal doesn't work. You want to either come to an agreement or no deal, or if that doesn't work, then maybe try lose-win if it's not a big deal. The next thing is lose-lose. Basically, if they can't win, then I can't either. Or if you can't win, then I can't either. So basically, you bring them down with you. If you're losing and they're winning, then you have to somehow bring them down. Like, if my friend is super popular and I want to be popular, but I know I won't be, then I'll just talk about them badly and make them unpopular somehow, or making them lose in some way. Then I'm bringing them down with me, and this is bad because both of you lose. Why would you both want to lose? Why would you want to bring somebody down? I know it might make you feel good, but it really doesn't. So figure out ways that you can both win. Maybe maybe I should talk to my friend who's better than me on how I should get better. We can train together so we can both improve. This is win-win. But when you're thinking lose-lose or lose-win, then one person is not winning and one person is not benefiting. And this is a problem because all of us want to benefit. But the way to get that in society today is by making somebody else lose. But they also want to benefit. So why not instead we all benefit? We all figure out how to both win. Win-win scenarios are the best for everybody. Alright, so let's talk about competition and comparing. But first, comparing, basically when you're jealous of somebody else and you compare yourself to them. I want their clothes, I want their popularity, or I'm better than them, I have all these things, they don't. I'm better at soccer than them, they're terrible at soccer. These are all scenarios of comparing each other, and the problem is it's win-lose or lose-win. One of you is losing and the other person is benefiting, but there are negative emotions involved with this. And then competition. There's a quote from the book that I'd like to read that I found really good. It reads, "Competition is healthy when you compete against yourself or when it challenges you to reach and stretch and become your best. Competition becomes dark when you tie your self-worth into winning or when you use it as a way to place yourself above another." And now, here are some steps you can take to develop a win-win mentality. You can identify some places where you might be struggling with comparing yourself to other people or being too competitive when you don't need to be. So identify places where you have a win-lose mentality or lose-win mentality or lose-lose mentality, and instead change that to win-win. And then the next thing is be happy for those who succeed rather than being jealous. So if my friend got into a college that I didn't get into and I really wanted to, instead of being mad at them or jealous of them, feel good for them. Tell them, good job, nice job. I'm glad that you got into that college. I'm happy for you. Instead of being like, oh, they don't deserve it, I deserve it, I'm better than them. Focus on being nice. Just be happy. Be in a good mood. That's always the best thing that you can do. Also, if you know someone who is really good at developing a win-win mentality, then talk to them. Look for things that you admire about them. This will help you to develop that win-win mentality yourself. So if you can identify what's making them so good at it, then you can bring that to yourself. You can apply that to yourself so you can develop the mentality as well. And then the last tip I have for you guys on developing a win-win mentality is play a game with a friend and don't focus on winning or losing. Just focus on having fun. Just enjoy the moment. And instead of fighting to win and fighting to make sure the other person loses, just focus on enjoying the game. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you found value out of this video. Please like and subscribe. Leave me feedback. I want to continue doing this and want to continue improving, so let me know what I can do to be better. Please apply this win-win mentality and know that everyone can win. You don't have to have one person lose or the other person lose. Just all win. Just apply the win-win mentality and you can help everyone out by doing that.